Hi, my name is Lisa, and welcome to Keeper of the Keys Tarot and Numerology. This is my debut video. That being said, before I even get started, I welcome the kind comments and feedback from people who are interested in learning a little bit more about this, tarot, numerology, etc. I feel as if I should probably introduce myself as a reader just to let you know how I read. So first of all, I am a psychic medium, which means that I am able to receive messages from spirits in the light, anywhere from God in heaven to angels, saints, spirit guides, the deceased, and even the living can affect intuitive reading. I am trained in tarot so that I am aware of the face value of the cards. However, the intuitive aspect of mediumship will sometimes I just receive messages, and those will go along with the card meanings. And as a numerologist, that's a language of the angels, I believe. And it is certainly a connection to tarot, just like astrology is strongly connected to tarot. However, I feel I have a passion about both tarot and numerology, and I feel strongly that people may not even be knowing what they're looking for, but they may be looking to hear more from the energy of numbers. So that's what we're going to explore today. So a goal that I have for this channel is to deepen your understanding of, just getting messages, getting clarity, guidance on how to become a better person, live a better life, and to understand number messages, okay? So that being said, let me give you a little rundown on that. So most of the time in numerology, numbers are added together and reduced to single digit, not all the time, but very often. So those single digit energies resonate from 1 to 9. You see the number 1 on my board, and that's because I'm just going to start in chronological order and start with the energy of a number 1. On display here, I have the Emperor card. You see that's number 4 in the major arcana, but that really, the Emperor energy, which is associated with Aries. Aries is like an astrological equivalent to the energy of 1, which we'll go into a little bit more. I also pulled an oracle. I'm going to save it for later, though, because it's from a beautiful deck by Michael Singer's Untethered Soul. And it's just so pale, though, you're not going to see the message anyway, so we'll wait. At any rate, back to the number energy of 1 to 9. So who is a number 1? Well, I'm doing a day force energy reading. So in astrology, a lot of people follow their sun sign, and a lot of people have heard of like life path numbers. Those are almost like the equivalent of each other. We're not going to focus on that today, but just know that a lot of times with life path number, even if you don't know how to arrive at it, we'll explore that in the future. It's one of those things that, especially if you're under 30 years old, you probably don't even really resonate with it that much. It's just like your sun sign. It's what you were incarnated on earth in this lifetime to grow into, to become, to realize. So we're going to focus on your day force, which is like your ascending sign or rising sign in astrology. That one's present probably from the time you start smiling at your parents as a baby. It shows up in your personality, in your talents, in anything that you gravitate toward. And it's the personality that greets people as you walk in the door. So let's learn a little bit about day force 1. Some numerologists will call it your birthday. That's accurate. I like day force because I feel like you do come in with a force with that number. So this reading is for people born on the 1st, 10th, 19th, or 28th of any given month. We're not going to look at the month. We're not going to look at the year, just those dates. So number 1, if you're born on the 1st of any month, that kind of speaks for itself. You might be wondering about the 10th, 19th, and 28th. Remember, I said there's a lot of adding and reducing to single digit numbers. So if I have the 10th, 1 plus 0, the digits in 10 equal 1. The same with 19, 1 plus 9 equals 10. 1 plus 0 again is 1. And finally, 2 plus 8 is 10. 1 plus 0, 1 again. They have little different subtle nuances to each other. I do prepare narrative reports specific to the day force number. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that later because I want to get into the reading, but they really highlight some important things. I just want to let you know that there are things you can do both with surrounding yourself with color and fragrances, scents, and even certain letters that you can have in the name that you're called, whether it's your given name or a name you choose to be called by, that will enhance the energy of your emperor type energy. Okay. It's like a strong Aries energy. So these people are very independent, self-reliant. You have a lot of natural born leaders. You have people who just have a lot of power in terms of leadership and are very comfortable getting projects started. In children, you'll see the child that's not the follower always has a good idea ready to go. And people that, you know, are in the corporate world or in positions of power or leadership, you'll find they need other people to complement them to get their work done, but they are definitely people who get things started no problem on their own. So I'm going to start with day force 1, and I'd like to do like a recent, past, present, future reading, offering some advice for number ones. You see I've been shuffling like mad all along, and I even pre-shuffled before and cut. We're just going to go ahead and pull a free card. Okay, so again, we always have this cooperation with astrology and numerology, but we have Queen of Swords showing up in recent past energy. Sometimes this can represent feminine energy, that sometimes, you know, you could be a number one and also be an air sign, such as a Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. But more importantly, I feel that it's interesting that she has one sword for our number one too. I'm seeing. I feel like there's somebody that has had to make a clear cut decision. If it's a personal matter, it has had to be a head over heart decision. In a business or practical matter that involves something in the workplace or in dealing with other people, there has had to be somebody coming through with like that voice of reason, not too surprising coming from a number one who wouldn't really be, this could be a strong energy that that person would be comfortable in. We do have Pentacle and Wand energy moving forward. What I see with the card in a present energy for right now is the Six of Pentacles. And this is a card about deciding kind of like, you know, there's almost like this person who is large and in charge and is able to decide how money is best shared, either between people, like it could be like a father or a leader of a family trying to decide how to even things up and be fair among other people. But I also see an energy of somebody making a decision about what is fair and right and just, and what is going to be in the best interest of whatever unit it is. If it's a business unit, a family unit, something that might have to do with investment, making it fair and come out equally. Now, I'm also seeing for number one, born on the 1st, somebody coming into a period of recognition coming in the near future. Now, notice we have 2 6s here too. This number relates to a lot of love, and it is also a number that carries an energy of deserving recognition by example. Okay, anyone who sets a good example deserves recognition, but really, this is somebody who sets the bar, I should say, really, for good recognition. I feel like this prudent decision here is going to result in some sort of honor. So if this is related to like a student energy, keep in mind these are collective readings, so you may hear a variety of opportunities this could show up. Take what resonates with you. If it isn't for you, you may know someone born on the 1st, and this is a great time to share. This person might be receiving honors through school. They might be receiving recognition for hard work on a project. It might have even been a project that they spearheaded with that Queen of Swords energy. And I feel like this too, Spirit is telling me 2 to 3. Now with numbers and timeline, you want to be flexible. I'm not seeing a huge chunk of time. I'm seeing a shorter chunk of time. It could be anywhere from 2 to 3 days, but it feels more like 2 to 3 weeks, even 2 to 3 months. And this may be related to a project that you got started with that, you know, other people had to become involved with, and now you are getting the attention related to this because you did spearhead the whole thing. Okay. So moving on, I'm going to do a little reading then too to add to for our friends on the 10th. So again, it's still a number 1 energy. These friends tend to be a little flashier than other number 1s in a leadership position. They tend to be people who have a great fashion sense. They kind of make a statement that way walking through the door as well. So what I'm seeing here is Ace of Pentacles in reverse, which means that there may be a money or something that is tangible, solid, and secure offer that it has maybe had a very slow start. This also can relate to earth sign people such as Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. But usually this is a new offer, Ace of Pentacles. Seeing it in reverse, I'm getting a feeling like perhaps there was like, you know, a new investment opportunity, even just somebody donating money, offering money to contribute toward a cause. I'm almost hearing too, like something charitable to get started. And it may have had a little slow start, and that may have left things a little bit shaky. I feel Spirit is also telling me that there is something connected to maybe not having all the right people on the project, on the job, backing things up. Moving into more of a present energy, we have Queen of Cups. I want to mention too, we've had 2 queens show up. So this isn't always feminine energy. I kind of view these court cards in tarot as a hierarchy. Put it this way, you have like your knights and then your queens and your kings. A queen is pretty high up there, right? She's got some real power there. And I feel the power here in relationship to this, especially with a number 10. You have the power to persuade people. You are someone who, with the use of an emotional connection with people, you're able to persuade. This may be even a family-run business. I'm feeling like, again, this is reading for the collective, so this might be more of a family situation for one person. It might be more business and, you know, practical for another. It could be a combination of the both. But in the present energy, I feel like you're getting like intuitively messages telling you that the emotional approach is what is going to help to either fund this thing further or make people attracted to it more, or maybe more invested, whether it's money wise or even just, you know, chomping onto the whole idea, buying into it. In the near future, what I'm seeing is 4 of Swords energy. Now, again, I neglected to mention sometimes the cup energy is related to water sign people. But also, you know, sword energy too can relate back to air sign people. But this is a card of deep contemplation. I feel like the project or whatever it is got started. It maybe had a slow start. Maybe you didn't have all the right people. You're appealing to more people with a genuine, heartfelt connection and treating, you know, connecting with people emotionally to be having this be more attractive, so to say. And then with the 4 of Swords, now you and team, this might be people you're working with, people you're relating with, but also you in your quiet, you're taking it all in, contemplating and sorting it all out so that whatever will be coming in the future, you're going to be learning discernment through that. Okay. Now, for my friends that are born on the 19th, remember again, 1 + 9 = 10. 1 + 0 is 1. This is more day force 1 energy. Let's do a little recent, past, present, and future. Okay. Ooh. So in the recent past energy, we have 8 of Cups. And again, this can be water sign people, but also whenever I see cups, I see a lot of deep emotion. Now, this is what happens a lot with this card. And I feel like this is a very personal situation for many. I feel like somebody, and again, I want to mention too with tarot, I didn't before, sometimes this can be about you. And sometimes it can more speak to the person that you've been dealing with. So in an emotional situation, whether it be with a significant other, family, whatever, I feel like you or someone really laid it all out in terms of making your feelings be very well known. I almost feel like you had to have a big reveal of feelings without knowing all the facts. A little moon there, and always a little bit of something hidden and unknown. But I feel like you had to lay it all on the line, and it's almost like Khalil Gibran-ish, like, if you love something, set it free. If it comes back to you, it was yours. If not, it wasn't yours to begin with. It's that energy of just being like, okay, I'm going to be very clear emotionally, very solid, but I'm going to walk away and just see what happens. Sometimes that happens when we're overloaded. Sometimes it happens when we don't know how our feelings will be received by other people. Now, moving more into a present energy, that impacts this. So I feel like you or someone is coming out of an energy of feeling battle weary, okay? Maybe there was something very, very burdensome or heavy about this, right? Because maybe there were a lot of things. Spirit is also telling me like there might have been a lot of emotional energy spent on this to the point where it almost led to mental and maybe even physical exhaustion. So through that journey, you're coming out of a feeling of being battle weary, which is a great place to be because you do not want to be hovering in that battle weary thing. If you look at this card in the upright, there's really nobody coming at him. He's got all those wands behind him, but he's still on the lookout. When you're coming out of that energy, you start to release. And I'm so happy for you as you move into the near future because this is a major arcana card. So this is the only one that has shown up so far for my friends on the 19th. It's always a major deal. It tells me it's a big deal in your life. It might be even how you're being viewed by other people. In this instance, the Empress card is a card of great abundance. If this is representative of a person, it's somebody that everybody would want to be, regardless, male or female energy. You would like to feel like you have it all. Not just being abundant financially, but just really being able to partake in the fullness of life. Life is good. Okay. So that's a very good energy. I feel like this one, more than anything else, was a very personal nature with the wand energy, a lot of an intensity. And I always feel intensity with 8 of Cups. So I'm going to move over here to do our last day force one. Not every date has as many, but this one does have 4. So for my friends on the 28th, I'd like to get some recent, past, present, and future energy for you. Okay, interesting. Again, you know how we said that there's a lot of similarity but slight nuances. So this, the 9 of Pentacles, recent, past energy for friends on the 28th, this is like the major arcana version of this card is here. Okay. So this is, again, a card of great abundance. Now, if you're not female, again, these cards don't always have to resonate as male or female. They're an energy. And 9s are really great too, because as we move along, like there's a progression and it's like closer to the completion of something. If this is representative of you as an energy, you have been present as somebody who is seen as having it all. Now, again, if I'm looking to the leadership, the self-reliance, the capabilities of just literally almost doing anything you set your mind to as a day force 1, I'm not really surprised at that with this 9 of Pentacles energy. It also could be that you are an earth sign person. But I feel like this essence of having it all has made you very attractive. And I'm hearing 2 different ways. I'm hearing like in terms of somebody who maybe a prospective employer would be looking at, but also personally, like this would be, if you are somebody on the market dating, you'd want to be viewed as having this 9 of Pentacles energy because you've got it all going on. Now, there could be a connection with earth sign. We have Pentacles, and the Hermit in the present energy is, this is the second reading of these day force ones with a major arcana card. And this is the card of Virgo. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if we had a Virgo here. When I see the Hermit, this is telling me that in your present energy, you really are either needing to or wanting to kind of go inside yourself. You may have been having to prove yourself a lot to show this part of yourself, this attractive, abundant, I've got it all, I can do it so strongly. And now you may need to be backing off a little bit. You might have been in the limelight a lot of attention on you, maybe more than you wanted, but you kind of knew that you just needed to do that to get where you were going, either career-wise or just in your personal life in some way. So the Hermit is a chance to look within. He's got his little lantern there. Notice he's got one wand for our day force ones. I feel like that's significant. He's self-reliant, but he also is wise enough to know that his greatest strength is going to come from trusting his inner mind, his higher mind, his inner voice that is telling him from spirits in the light the next step. Now, what do I see coming in the near future? So we go from a 9 to a 10. That's a good progression. We're going forward, forward, forward. With 10 of Pentacles, I'm kind of seeing a situation where this could involve like an entire unit of people, if not a family. There may be someone who is very aware of their ability to, maybe their presence has the ability to affect a whole family unit in a very positive way. But I also feel in general that this is a card that is going to speak to someone in the near future, just having a feeling of contentment, like they're being looked after. I feel like almost like whatever you've done, this work you've put in, and now you've contemplated and really soul searched, and perhaps you are looking for a solution. I'm hearing too, to a little bit of, how to solve your own problem, a little dilemma, or even just how to make things work moving forward. I feel like you're feeling like you're being looked after, like you're being divinely guided, and in matters that could affect your career as well as just your general happiness. Okay. So that's really, a wonderful way to end things. Speaking of ending, I want to bring up a couple of things. First of all, I'm going to read to you this card. I apologize. It's just such a pale card. But again, Michael Singer, great spiritual teacher, this is his deck that is taken. It's full of quotes from his best-selling book, The Untethered Soul. And interesting that this is coming, especially after this Hermit card. It says meditation is the highest state. It is the return to the root of your being, the simple awareness of being aware. So I would like to remind you that I'd like to be doing future videos. This was one for people born on the 1st, 10th, 19th, and 28th of any given month. Please, if you are finding that, something is resonating with you, I would enjoy comments. I would enjoy helpful feedback that is giving me an idea of what you would like to know more about, what you'd like to hear in the future, because I kind of have all these plans, but they're based on you, right? Because this is who this is for. I also wanted to let you know too that if you're interested in tarot reading yourself, I'm going to be starting to teach a tarot class through Ivy League Psychic Academy in the Buffalo, New York area as a physical class, but also there's the option for taking it digitally. If you go on Facebook and look for Intuitive Tarot, you'll see a link for that. You can respond. You can also just message me for more information. If you want information about Ivy League Psychic Academy in general, I am not the owner and operator of that. Reverend Ivy Rivera is, but I would love to do a shout out for that because that's where I've earned all my training and I have the highest love for that place. And again, I'm just looking forward to any comments, anything you'd like to share. I'm looking forward to seeing people joining in for another time. The next time I would like to work with Day Force 2, which we'll talk about the energy of 2 and who is a 2 the next time. I really thank you. And I wish you a wonderful week. And I probably will try to do one of these once a month. So maybe then I'll see you next month. Thank you for tuning in.